What's good, Rizzle fam? It's your boy Big Man. Disturbing news of the Florida rapper 26 CeeJay passing came in the other day, and with it, a completely hidden beef is slowly starting to unravel. It's not often that you see a murder this horrifying take place, and it really makes you wonder what in the world this person could have done to have that life snatched in such a way. CeeJay was shot and his car was torched. It seemed like there's something going on in Florida for a moment now, and this murder just exposed the dark side of Florida's hip-hop culture. It's a part of something much bigger, and we're only about to find out what exactly that is. Recently, we come across a number of social media posts by supporters and acquaintances of the Florida rapper 26 CeeJay. Word on the block is CeeJay was brutally murdered. Car on fire and a grim discovery when those flames were put out that is now sparking suspicion. A body was found inside the car, and it may have been more than just flame that took a life. 26 CeeJay is a rapper hailing from Pompano Beach, Florida, located in Broward County. He was formerly affiliated with Kodak Black's crew and have recently begun releasing his own music. Because there's not a lot of info on CeeJay out there, we had to connect some of the dots by ourselves, starting with his age. His age is not publicly known, but his YouTube username 26CJ98 suggests that he may have been born in the year 1998, making him around 24 years old, if accurate. In July 2022, he released his debut EP titled King Cobra, which garnered 64,698 views on YouTube and has over 12,000 followers on Instagram. Additionally, CeeJay released a single named Sweet Love on Spotify in 2020. He's made some appearances on tracks by other musicians. His early day fans were anticipating quite a big buzz from young CeeJay. This song need to blow up. My New Knock, no cap. It looked to most like CeeJay had a promising career in the Florida rap scene in front of him. The first venture that he embarked on musically was next to Kodak Black and KTB. Before 26 CeeJay went solo, he was associated with a well-known KTB rap group. Even though there wasn't much official info coming out, CeeJay allegedly signed a deal with Kodak Black and was set up to be the next great thing. However, this may have been closer to an empty promise more than a real label deal. Before you know it, there's some hard feelings getting involved, and CeeJay wasn't joking around. He let the world know that Kodak is not who he says he is. I've been real quiet about this FN because I thought I was gonna keep it gangster, but I see y'all don't respect real no more. Y'all respect the internet, so I dropped this interview, expect a whole lot of exposing and disrespecting coming out of me and my music and on every social media platform since you little one played Let's Play. That's pretty much when CeeJay started kicking his solo. Then another Instagram story came in saying, "We ain't tied in with nobody. Don't nobody do more spinning than us. Anybody say my name, come see you, that's on my soul." The reason why this rant from CeeJay was linked to Kodak was because among the many stories that he posted, one of them also made fun of the fact that someone got shot. That someone is none other than Kodak Black, who got shot in his leg back in the day. Then CeeJay also talked about Saga Bob, another artist linked to Kodak Black who had a messed up situation. Saga Bob, an artist under Kodak Black's record label, has been sentenced to 5 years in prison for possessing a firearm. The details surrounding the case are limited, but Psycho, whose real name is Cambrell Smart, pleaded guilty to the charge on December 1st of 2022. According to news reports, the cops pulled over Psycho on January 5th, 2022 at driving high speeds. During the search of his vehicle, a bag of marijuana was found in the center console, and a loaded gun was discovered between the front and back passenger side seats. A copy of the jail records indicated that Psycho was charged with driving under the influence, carrying a concealed firearm, possession of a weapon or ammo as a convicted felon, possession of over 20 grams of marijuana, and possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. But that's not all. Psycho made headlines previously after he was involved in a drive-by shooting in April that left him and 2 other individuals injured. The incident occurred while they were driving in the Lauderdale neighborhood in Florida, and the police reported that a black BMW pulled up and opened fire on him. Psycho attempted to drive away but ended up colliding with 2 other cars in traffic as the black BMW continued to fire more shots. In response, someone in Psycho's car reportedly fired back before the BMW fled the scene and crashed into a van. Psycho made it out, but it wasn't without consequences. The fact that CeeJay knew about this incident and then posted an Instagram story that shows Psycho's connection to Kodak meant that CeeJay knew quite well who he was dealing with. Now, these are just rumors and we can't really say that Kodak was behind this incident in the first place, but we can suspect that he was somehow involved. Regardless, it wouldn't be too long before CeeJay would get himself in trouble again. First came in the unverified reports regarding CeeJay's death that have spread on various platforms. Individuals who knew and admired this rapper have been sharing homage messages to honor him. But before you knew it, the officials started putting in work, and we quickly found out that CeeJay was in fact taken away, and in a very scary fashion too. The reason why it was complicated? Well, this was a case of extreme violence. The investigation became increasingly complex, and law enforcement officials are exploring all possible avenues of inquiry, including the victim's personal and professional connections, as well as their online activity and social media platforms. But this is how the official story of the incident goes. The policeman at Pompano Beach came in after a phone call was made that a car was on fire. Someone called 911 around 6:30 a.m. The vehicle was located in the 200 block of Northwest 32nd Court. As you could see in the video, there was an SUV that was engulfed in flames. The fire even spread to a nearby dumpster. The car was a Mercedes-Benz, but other than that, we can't really say much. However, this wasn't the whole story. Stuff gets pretty wild from here. As it turns out, the police found a body in the backseat of the vehicle. To make matters even worse, the body had been up too, not just burned. Someone from the witnesses told the cops that they also heard gunfire before the explosion took place. Another interesting detail is that the gas can that was found next to the car, we could only assume that was the same gas can that was used to pour the petrol of the vehicle that set ablaze. One thing's for sure, someone wanted CeeJay gone off the map of the earth, and he made a statement about it. People shared their thoughts in this awful situation. They didn't want to just murder the guy, they wanted to erase him. That level of hatred is crazy. Another comment reflects on the culture of hip-hop that's getting increasingly more cold-blooded and scary. We've reached a whole other level of violence in the rap scene. Such a cold world we live in. CeeJay got messages of love. A lot of people wish things turned out differently. DJ Johnny, another Florida native, commented on CeeJay's passing. The producer told his fans in the world, "Shake my head, dang bro, that's crazy. I gave you a shout out 2 months ago, and plus I wanted to do some music with you. I never even gotten the chance to get to know you. I wish I could have done that and I regret it. My condolences go to his family. I'm really sorry this happened to you. You didn't deserve that. I really hope his family gets justice and they can keep his name alive." CeeJay wasn't the only one who got taken out in a strange fashion, leaving people wondering what the heck happened. The situation gets a little stickier if you remember Whiz the Wizard, yet another Florida rapper who we lost way too early and was in some way connected to Kodak. Whiz was found dead in front of a home in Hallandale Beach. The cops suspected foul play right away. It's uncertain whether Whiz was killed at the location where his body was found or if he was moved there, but people have stated that the victim grew up in the neighborhood where the incident occurred, although he had not lived there recently. Kodak and Whiz worked together, and Kodak publicly addressed losing his friend and a fellow artist.
You know, I just lost a friend, a very close friend for we've been friends for over 10 years. You know, it's crazy dealing with losing loved ones and stuff like that. It's hard. I've been dealing with loss my whole life, you know.
Whiz the Wizard and Kodak Black have previously collaborated on multiple tracks. Even though their two were on good terms at first, Kodak actually came at Whiz on one of his tracks where he claimed that it was Wiz's own fault that he gotten taken out.
Doubling game, but I ain't talking real. Doubling game, I took this shit from Whiz. Rest in peace, my nigga, but it's his fault. The way you let him kill you like a jit. Talking to Will, you said insane. Did you like a lane? You didn't give a damn, the up and chain, and I was already in pain.
When Kodak got out of jail, he ran with Whiz big time, but Whiz later came out and said Kodak basically robbed him of his cut. That's when he went left with Whiz and Kodak. As you can see, CeeJay, Yak, and Whiz were all involved in this messy story. Some rumors claim that it was Kodak who wanted Whiz out of the picture because their beef went deeper than just music. That's when some suspected that CeeJay could have been the one behind the hit on Whiz. Some say that he was given a bag to take care of Whiz, and the fact that he got taken out just a few weeks ago came as a retaliation. But what's y'all's take on this story? You believe the rumors were true? Let us know down in the comment section below. And as always, remember to keep it Rizzle.